Good day, I am Joyce Tahavera together with my group mates Joris Aquino, BJ Inan Calma, and Renz de la Peña. We are from Group 5 and we will discuss the comparative study about Australia and Philippines. And at the end of this report, we will be able to answer the question, why do some Asian countries develop faster than others?
To start the discussion, let's focus on Australia and Philippines' political situation. The topics to be discussed are the following: type of government, political stability, international relations. Type of government, Australia. Ang Australia ay isang demokrasi na may halong monarchy. Ibig sabihin may hari sila pero ang taong bayan pa rin ang pumipili ng mga mamumuno sa kanila. Dalawa ang leaders, ang king and head of state. Kaya lang mostly ceremonial o pang-formalidad lang ang role na ito. Ang totoong nagpapatakbo ng bansa ay ang prime minister. Parliamentary system, boboto ang mga tao ng representatives nila sa parliament. Kung aling partido ang may pinakamaraming nanalo, ang leader nila ang magiging prime minister. Sa Philippines, isa itong demokrasya kung saan hinati sa tatlong magkakapantay na branches ang kapangyarihan para may checks and balances at walang aabuso. Heto ang main structure kung paano ito gumagana. Una, ang presidente. Sa Pilipinas, ang presidente ang pinakamataas na pinuno. Siya ang head of state, simbolo ng ating bansa. Head of government ang manager o boss na nagpapatakbo ng mga ahensya ng gobyerno. Commander-in-chief, siya ang may hawak sa militar. Ang presidente at vice-presidente ay binoboto ng hiwalay ng taong bayan para sa 6 years term at hindi pwedeng tumakbo ulit. Ang tatlong branches na ito ay executive, pinamumunuan ito ng presidente. Siya ang overall leader na binoboto ng taong bayan para sa isang 6 years term. Legislative, ito yung Congress natin na nahati sa dalawa, ang Senado at ang House of Representatives. Trabaho nilang gumawa ng mga batas. Judicial, ito ang Supreme Court at mga lower courts. Sila ang nagpapaliwanag ng batas at nagdedesisyon kung may mga away o legal disputes. In the category of political stability, Australia has the following: regular and peaceful elections, consistent economic policies, strong institutions, and high investors trust low corruption. On the other hand, Philippines has the following: member of UN, elections generally peaceful but with controversies, economic policies sometimes inconsistent with leadership changes, institutions like courts and Congress factional with challenges.
And now, let's proceed to the economic situation comparison. First, their GDP or gross domestic product. Australia has a much bigger GDP than the Philippines, mainly because it industrialized earlier and built strong industries like mining, finance, and education that earn a lot from global trade. It also has better infrastructure, technology, and stable institutions that support business growth. The Philippines, on the other hand, is still developing, relies more on agriculture and services job, and many people work abroad instead of inside the country's economy. Next is their degree in industrialization. Australia industrialized earlier, so it has better factories, transportation, and technology that help business grow faster. While the Philippines is still building this, that is why production and income grow more slowly. Position in the global north and global south. So the Australia is in the global north because it already reached a high level of wealth, services, and living standard. The Philippines is in the global south because it's still improving income, jobs, and social condition. And lastly, their main industries like Australia focuses on earning industry like mining, education, and finance that bring in large foreign income. The Philippines relies more on services, farming, and overseas worker, which usually earn less and makes growth slower. In conclusion, Australia is more developed than the Philippines because they industrialized earlier, they have stronger industries and earn more from global trade. That is why they belong to the global north. while the Philippines we're still catching up and has a lot more to develop. That's why we're still part of the global south.
So now let's talk about the regional participation of each country. Ang Australia hindi member ng ASEAN pero isa itong formal dialogue partner at active participant ng ASEAN-led forums. It is considered as one of ASEAN's most reliable strategic partners. Samantala, ang Philippines naman daw is a founding member ng ASEAN since August 8, 1967 at active itong tumutulong sa pagpapanatili ng kapayapaan at economic cooperation sa Southeast Asia. Dahil dito lumakas ang trade, dumami ang trabaho at negosyo at naging mas strong ang relasyon ng Pilipinas sa karatig bansa. Pagdating naman sa RCEP, pareho silang member yung Australia at yung Philippines. Australia is a founding member noong 2022, while ang Philippines naman ay nag-ratify noong 2023. Nagbigay ito ng mas maraming opportunity sa exports, imports, investment at access sa lower or zero tariffs bilang bahagi ng largest free trade area. Sa impact naman ng regional cooperation sa Australia ay nagresulta ito sa reduced tariffs, streamlined trade rules at stronger supply chains. Dahil export-driven ang economy nila, especially minerals at energy, malaking tulong ito sa economic stability nila. Sa Philippines naman bilang developing economy, nakatulong ito sa pag-expand ng export markets, pagdami ng foreign investment at paglikha ng mga maraming job opportunities. Pagdating naman sa key sectors, ang Australia ay malakas sa natural resources tulad ng minerals, energy at agriculture. Ang Philippines naman ay mas focus sa labor-intensive at service-based sectors tulad ng electronics at outsourcing. Sa trade with Asia naman, parehong dependent ang dalawang bansa sa Asia. Pero ang Australia ay mas export-heavy, kaya mas malaki ang epekto kung babagal ang Asian economy. Ang Philippines naman ay umaasa hindi lang sa exports, kundi pati na rin sa imports at investment mula sa Asia. And overall, parehong nakikinabang ang Australia and Philippines sa regional cooperation, pero magkaiba ang position nila. Ang Australia daw ay isang powerful external economic partner, habang ang Philippines naman ay core ASEAN member na deeply integrated sa regional system.
Good day everyone, I am Rancis de la Peña, and now let's talk about the social development between the Australia and Philippines. So now po, let's focus po muna sa pagdating po sa education. So sa Australia po, very strong po yung kanilang education system kasi po halos lahat po is marunong talagang magbasa at magsulat. At marami po silang universities na globally competitive. Malaki rin po yung kanilang government spending at kaya nabibigyan po nila ng pondo po yung kanilang mga research and technology. Kaya po talaga maraming opportunities sa mga student at mga professionals. So sa Pilipinas naman po, mataas din naman po yung literacy rate at nai-implement naman po yung K-12. Pero po, may mga challenges pa rin po tulad ng quality of education, kakulangan sa funds, at mas mababang global competitiveness ng iilang schools. Sunod naman po, patungkol naman po sa middle class. Sa Australia po, malaki po at stable ang middle class dahil mataas po ang kanilang average income at secure din po yung kanilang mga jobs. Marami rin po silang local work opportunities. While sa Pilipinas naman po, lumalaki na po yung ating middle class pero mas maliit po ito kumpara sa Australia. Mas mababa po yung ating wages at mas mataas po yung income inequality. Kaya po, hindi lahat financially stable sa ating bansa. Pagdating naman po sa working abroad, kakaunti lang po yung Australians po na nagtatrabaho sa ibang bansa dahil sapat po yung opportunities sa loob ng bansa nila. While sa Pilipinas naman po, milyon-milyon pong OFWs yung nagtatrabaho po abroad at malaking tulong po ito sa economy at remittances po nila. Kung titigan po natin yung percentage po ng OFWs, mataas na po ito talaga since maraming Pilipino po yung may kamag-anak na nagtatrabaho po sa ibang bansa. Last naman po, let's talk about the poverty. Kung ikukumpara po natin yung poverty ng dalawang bansa, first po sa Australia. Sa Australia po, dahil sa strong po nilang social welfare programs at universal healthcare, kaya po hindi ganoon kataas yung kanilang poverty. While sa Pilipinas naman po is marami marami pa rin po yung percentage po ng poverty, lalo na po sa mga rural areas. Kahit po may mga programs po tayo like 4Ps at iba pang mga government support, marami pa rin po yung mga Pilipino pong nahihirapan at hindi lahat po is naaabot po ng tulong. So overall po, mas advanced po talaga yung social development po ng bansang Australia kung ikukumpara po ito sa ating bansa na Pilipinas. Pero po, kahit may mga ganong challenges, patuloy rin naman pong nag improve yung ating bansa sa education, sa middle class, at poverty reduction. So that's all po.
So let's proceed naman po sa analysis kung saan makikita daw po natin yung differences ng Australia and the Philippines in terms of strong government policies, political stability, and education system. Ang Australia daw po ay may stable government at political system. Maayos daw yung kanilang legal system at organized ang civil service. Dahil peaceful at consistent ang pagpapalit ng leaders, mataas ang tiwala ng mga tao at investors sa gobyerno nila. Dahil dito tulad ng economy at public services nila. Samantala, ang Philippines naman ay dumaan sa colonization, war, dictatorship, at political instability. Hanggang ngayon, may issues pa rin tulad ng political dynasties at corruption na nakaapekto sa tamang paggamit ng public funds at long-term development ng bansa. Then, pagdating naman sa education, dahil stable ang government at mas malakas ang economy ng Australia, tuloy-tuloy ang investment nila sa schools at universities. Kaya mataas ang quality ng education nila. Sa Philippines naman, kahit mas marami ng student ang may access sa education, may challenges pa rin tulad ng kulang sa budget, classroom at learning materials. In conclusion daw po, ang stable government at consistent policies ng Australia ang isa sa main reason kung bakit mas develop sila compared sa Philippines in terms of governance and education. Yun lamang po, thank you.